A few years ago, I started watching more documentaries. Like a lot of people, I open up a streaming service and just scroll until I find something good to watch. Eventually, I realized something. Documentaries had changed. The ones I remembered growing up, they felt like textbooks on a screen. Like lots of facts, a narrator, maybe a few grainy clips about whatever you're supposed to learn about, but they weren't really good. But documentaries today, they're different. They have cinematic storytelling, great camera work, compelling characters. They don't just tell you information, they pull you into a story. And one day, that storytelling completely changed how I saw something I had never cared about before: the game of cricket. You see, I grew up in the United States, and cricket was not part of my world. I didn't know any of the rules. I didn't know what you call the person with the bat or the person throwing the ball or how the scoring worked. I didn't know if a game lasted an hour or a week or what. So naturally, it seemed like something I just wouldn't understand, not care about it. But then I watched a documentary that followed a team in India, the Mumbai Knights. They followed them all the way through an entire season. What made it fascinating wasn't just learning the rules of the sport. It was learning about the people behind it. You saw the players, their personalities, the rivalries, the pressure, pride. You started to understand that this wasn't just a game. For them, cricket was culture. It was childhood. It was part of their identity. And something strange happened. I started to love cricket. Not because I suddenly became an expert in the rules, but because I understood the story. Around that time, one of the structural engineers I worked with was from India. We were in a work meeting together, and I messaged him via chat and said, "Hey, might be a weird question, but do you happen to like cricket? I just watched this documentary about the Mumbai Knights, and I'm kind of falling in love with the sport, but I have no idea how to watch it in the US." A few seconds later, he sent me a laughing emoji, and then he sent me a screenshot. He said, "Guess what I have on in the background during this meeting?" It was the Mumbai Knights playing another team. I started laughing so hard in the middle of this work meeting. But something else happened too. That moment started a friendship. We traded messages about games, teams, and matches. And it all started because one simple thing: curiosity. A year later, almost the same thing happened all over again. I watched a documentary about Formula One racing called Drive to Survive. Now, I had barely thought about Formula One before. It just looked like cars going in semi-weird circles really fast. But the documentary didn't start with the cars. It started with the drivers, the teams, the rivalries, the pressure, the politics. And suddenly, it wasn't just racing. It was strategy, engineering, teamwork, and personalities. And again, I fell in love with a sport I had never paid attention to before. And then it happened a third time. I watched a documentary on the NHL and professional hockey. I already knew a little bit about hockey, but not enough to really follow it. Not long after, I ended up getting a few tickets to see games for the Carolina Hurricanes. And at first, the game felt chaotic. The puck moves so fast. The players are everywhere. But after a few games, something clicked. The game slowed down, and I could see the strategy. I could see the skill. And once again, I fell in love with it. 3 documentaries, 3 sports, 3 times where understanding turned into appreciation. And it made me realize something important. This doesn't just apply to sports. When we don't understand something, it's easy to dismiss it. It's easy to ignore it. Sometimes we even judge it. If something is unfamiliar, it becomes this nameless, faceless thing that other people care about. We don't understand why people are passionate about it because we've never taken the time to learn their story. But the moment we choose curiosity, something changes. The moment we say, "I don't know anything about this, but I'm willing to learn," we are opening the door to understanding. When someone explains why they love something, when they show up and they show you their world, when they teach you the rules without making you feel stupid, suddenly that thing isn't strange anymore. It's human. You see the joy in their face. the pride in their effort, the passion they've carried since childhood. And even if it never becomes your favorite thing, something shifts inside you. You develop a soft spot for it because you understand it. And that's why I love documentaries. They remind me that behind almost everything in life, sports, hobbies, careers, cultures, there are people and stories worth understanding. So today I want to leave you with a challenge. Find one thing you don't understand. Maybe it's a sport, maybe it's a subject at school, maybe it's something or someone at work that they're passionate about something you don't understand. Maybe it's a culture, a hobby, or a skill you've never looked into. And for just a while, be curious. Watch a documentary, read an article, or ask somebody to explain something to you. Because the moment you understand something, even a little, you might just find yourself loving something you never expected.